Let's go. New updates, Arlink call. Lots of things are happening and very fast. So we have no time to waste. I will just jump into the update call with Darin from yesterday. If you are an Arlink investor, you will be very, very happy and you will get some FOMO. I can promise you that. It's exciting times.
Shaquille O'Neal, there may be one of the Kardashians, like you name the celebrities, this guy's connected. And his question to Tony and I was, how fast do you want Arlink to be famous? And we're like, well, and he goes, because I am a Tasmanian devil when it comes to promoting. He goes, overnight, I will have you, his podcast is one of the top entrepreneurial podcasts in the world. I think it's in the top 3. I believe it's in the top 3. And he's like, Darin, I will have y'all on stages, magazines, podcasts, everywhere. He goes, but I have no, and these are his words, I have no toggle switch. There is no slow or medium. It's only supersonic speed. And everybody that knows this guy knows that is the truth. Very excited and said, just let me know when you're ready to scale at a very fast pace. And so the biggest challenge, and again, it's being transparent with all of you. And I'm really glad you're on here today because there's some things that could save you a lot of money. And there's some information that is very time sensitive that I want to share with you. But when the biggest challenge that we're having right now is slowing people down that want to add us to millions of people immediately. Like this guy, we're like, no. We've got to get all the things in place over the next 30, 60 days before we're able to add millions of people. If I look at all the different things, when we were in Puerto Rico, right, and Tony and them met with, and again, this is not a done deal, but I'm just telling you who some of the people we're meeting with, Jake Paul, and then having a follow-up meeting because they were very excited to have in the room in Puerto Rico a guy that had the fastest growing YouTube channel in the world in 2024, to bring on a guy just last week that works directly with someone who has the number 1 child YouTuber in the world, 300 plus million subscribers, and their videos reach $1 billion, right? To have the number 1 Zoom affiliate in the world, the affiliate that they put over 1 million people on Zoom. They have 5,000 sales reps, and they're big Arlink node owners. And we're having to go, no, don't promote it yet. You can't take your 5,000 reps and go to thousands of companies. Like, we're not ready for that customer service wise. We're putting AI chatbots in place. Tony, this past week, our developer, one of our lead developers, hired either 3 or 4 new developers for this platform because we want to be able to improve the platform, add new features to the platform at a lot faster pace. So we're investing in new developers to help us get that done. So what I just shared with you, we have another gentleman, by the way, that has a technology in the webinar space that we're looking to be able to find to work a deal with him. Just on his app, it's been downloaded 8+ million times. And he's like, if we work a deal to where there's a way we could merge the technology together, he said, because I've been wanting to create a live platform just like my webinar platform. And he's like, you guys have done it. So if there's a way we can work together, he goes, look, there's a way I could, if I updated the app and everyone, the next time they update in the next several days, their app, there would be over 8 million people that had the Arlink app immediately, right? And then he had some ideas as far as what we could implement with the Arlink platform here to drive massive revenue to the project. And as you know, Tony does a lot better job talking about it than I do. The smart flow, all of the money that the project is generating, it goes into smart flow that goes back into the market, buying the token and creating the buy side pressure and all that kind of stuff that we won't get into.
The win flow that Darin is talking about is 70% of the revenue that Arlink will go to the market through smart contracts and buy up the tokens on the market, just similar to what Apple is doing, buying up their stock. But this is very powerful. So many people, or if many people are using Arlink and they're paying every month, 70% of that money will go to buy up the token on the market. Yeah. So if they're talking with these people, they will put millions on this platform, and it will get lots of money into the project, millions, maybe even billions, to add to liquidity and also buy up the token. So it's very exciting, to say the least.
Right. Let's see what else. We got the new developers. We mentioned that. We've got the influencers. For those of you that will be in Florida, let us know if you're going to be in Florida in a couple of weeks. We're going to talk about that in a second. The caliber of person that's going to be at that event, it's pretty crazy. Let's say that we had to go through, and I've used this in the past when I've taught people how to go to people that you're intimidated by, right? They call it recruit up. If you had to go through 1,000 people to get, let's just say, one captain, right? One superstar. Well, you could go through 100,000 people to get to those 100. But what if in Florida, we have 50 to 100 of those people, right? These are any one of these influencers, captains, could tweet and explode this project by themselves. If one deal that we've been working on, I told Tony, I'm like, dude, this is crazy. We went to a VIP dinner this week in Florida where there's people in the room like Tim Story, like Dan Fleshman, like David Meltzer, like Renee Marino that does all of Tony Robbins, like hosting. She was the host on the stage. She's a good friend of mine. And not one single person was not interested. Matter of fact, every single person we talked to, they couldn't wait to hear more. And they were already telling us who they needed to introduce us to. I'm having a hard time getting in touch with Tony because he's on video calls almost every hour on the hour. And I'm on video calls every hour on the hour. So we're working extremely hard. And I've never seen the quality of they say culture attracts what it is and repels what it's not. I've never seen this type of community this fast and this many great people with great hearts. That it's not just hey, I want to see if I can make some money. It's about making an impact, helping people, and changing the world. And that's not just like a good, Hallmark card feeling. It's the truth. Like we're attracting some really good people. Now, and again, if one of these deals hits, it could be massive. But I have a feeling there's going to be a bunch of them hit. And I've never been in a place before where I feel like we have these racehorses that are in a stall and they're like ramping to get out and run. And we're like going, no, don't run yet. Don't run yet. Just rest a little bit more. We're almost ready. But that's where we are. All right. So with that said, I also want to give you another little quick, this is why it's really important you're on here today. The node prices, as you see, are going up pretty fast. When I told you in the next 30, 60 days, the node prices could go up $1,000, $2,000, I'm not playing. You've seen them go up several $100s in the last couple weeks because we're selling a massive amount of nodes because people are seeing the value in the project. They want to be a part of the project. So do have some urgency when it comes to sharing that. Now, let's go through some new promotions and incentives that we launched for this month. And let me tell you, it's little things like this.
Yeah, the node price are going up in value. It's getting more expensive each week because many people are buying nodes. Now I think it's 5,800 per node. I think it will go up to 60 plus, maybe 7,000 soon. So if you want to buy a node that produces token for you, it's a good time before the event in Fort Lauderdale in 2 weeks. Okay, update part 2 here. Same call from yesterday.
Listen, you got to change your thinking. He's like, this is our company, not my company, not your company, our company. Who owns Bitcoin? No one owns Bitcoin. The community owns Bitcoin. And so that's what's exciting. When you start thinking like this, it really changes your behavior. And I don't want to live with regret 1 month, 3 months, 6 months from now, going, man, if I knew it could happen that fast, if something did happen that fast, but yet I was making excuses and letting other things get in the way, now we can never go back, right? We're close to, like, if you look at the 100,000 nodes, we're probably approaching, between all the nodes that people have purchased, probably close to 30,000 nodes are sold. I don't know the exact number.
30,000 out of 100,000. So 30% of the nodes are already sold, and it's not even official launch yet. It's not even live yet, the full platform for the masses yet. So only 70% left. And when this goes live, this platform, yeah, you can just imagine what will happen.
But it can happen really fast. And once the nodes are sold, by the way, they're gone. There is no new nodes. And the only way you would be able to buy it is go to an individual. And whatever price they're willing to sell it to you, you would have to pay that. All right, now let's talk about how do we really get serious about building the community? We have been working so hard on this, the live event coming up, and I want to give you some updates on this. Okay, it's June 19th through the 21st. And Rhonda, if you don't mind, can you put that link on the screen? So that's coming up here in just a couple weeks. And let me just tell you, I had someone that I just brought in that bought a node, and they're going to the event. Just came in. Everyone, Jim Bunch knows him. He's one of the greatest people I've ever met. He has a new book coming out. He's on all.
Dr. Fab Mancini, he's talking about the new Dr. Phil.
TV everywhere. He is going to be a guest speaker at our event. He's going to have a book signing at our event. We're going to have training, information, education, updates, announcements. And that room, let me tell you, I have spent thousands and thousands of dollars to be a part of a mastermind that did have a fraction of the people that we will have at this event. Like, and the only reason I did that, I have a whole storage unit of, I don't know how many of Ed Milet's book. When he did his book launch, if you bought thousands and thousands of dollars of his book, you got to go to his house. So not only did I buy $1,000 of his book, I had to pay thousands in travel expense. And the reason that I did that was not because I wanted thousands of dollars in Ed Milet's book. It was because I wanted to be in the room to build relationships, which I did, that have impacted my life and changed my life. One new connection can absolutely change your world. So if you're not thinking about going to Florida, when's the last time you were able to go to an event where there are multiple billionaires in the room that you get to eat with, hang out with, learn from? And let me tell you, the quickest way, the lady and her husband that just bought Arlink, some nodes, and are coming to the event, they paid me, I think it was, I don't remember the exact number, $5,000 a piece to come hang out for a few hours for a couple of days for me to coach them and train them that she implemented in her business. Because she knew I'd spend multiple six figures on me. She didn't want to spend years trying to figure it out. She wanted to do like I did, compress time frames and shorten that learning curve, right? And knowing that the same version of us that got us to where we are is not the same version that gets us to the next level. It's a different way of thinking. It's different actions. It's different behaviors. But the only way I believe that you change your life and you change it the fastest is you change your environment. If you can't change, when you get around different people that make, will never happen again. It'd be like Elon Musk or Bill Gates or Steve Jobs or one of those people, Jeff Bezos, that said, hey, listen, come on out to an event. We're going to get you a free ticket and we're going to give you firsthand information.
In Fort Lauderdale. So if you live close to Fort Lauderdale, you should definitely come.
Of the next whatever, right? We would all do whatever. If we had to ride a bike and I live in Virginia, but the event is in Florida, and I had to ride a bike, I would leave tomorrow to make sure I did not miss that event. And this is called follow the leader, right? And again, I don't say, it says free blockchain overview for all of you to know that it is completely free. But what I do is I tell them it's a ticketed event. It's limited seating because it is. I can't believe now that's Tony's overview. You can promote my story. And again, it's not about me, but you can say, hey, look, a best-selling author, made multiple seven figures, speaker, trainer, coach, whatever. You can promote Jim Bunch. Hey, they created a solar company, did over $1 billion in revenue, right? In an Inc. 500 company. So you can promote the speakers, right? Trace. Hey, Trace, you ever heard of Lovesack? He helped start the company. That's his family. He's the one that helped, create some of those patents. So now they're not coming out for a meeting. They're coming out for a business overview to find out, and this is the title, which is really cool. Come on, computer here. Discover the blockchain future, built for real people like you, not just insiders or crypto elites. Okay, so that's a title we threw together, Rhonda and Kim, and there's a lot of thought behind that title, but discover the blockchain future. And what's really crazy is when I heard about this a couple years ago, rarely did I hear of blockchain. Now, every day, you can't turn on your TV and look at social media without seeing blockchain or crypto somewhere, and people are looking to be a part of it, okay? Let me give you, and Rhonda, if you don't mind, remind me to give them the example of the people that I met at a restaurant in Puerto Rico as I close out here in just a minute. So invite your guest. There's a free event next Thursday in Fort Lauderdale. Reserve your seat now. Okay, you can share that image, you can invite. And again, you can have images like this, by the way, where you can send it to someone, but nothing takes the place of picking up the phone and call. It's old school, yes, but they can't hear emotion in your voice and excitement on a screenshot. But I will send something like this in addition to me talking to you to make sure you put this on your calendar and going, hey, listen, we're going to sell it out and it's going to be packed. It's going to be amazing, but I'm going to reserve your seat. Okay, I'm going to get that for you. I'm going to take care of it for you. So if you can attend, we need you to reserve your ticket. Okay, even though it's free, okay, we need you to reserve your ticket. Here's the information, and let's see. Here's where you register. So 6 to 7 is registration. 7 to 9 is the overview, and here's where you register you and your guest. Okay, and Rhonda, if you don't mind, I'll let you put that on the screen, and that way I can keep clicking. And top entrepreneur, they're excited and they're jacked. One of the biggest entrepreneurs on the planet was in that room at the VIP dinner, and he kept pointing to us, sending other influencers over going, he told me I have to meet you two before I leave, right? He told me I have to hear about what you're doing. So it is an exciting place to be. Now, does that mean like it's guaranteed success? No. Does it mean it's not an emotional roller coaster? No. Does it mean I don't get frustrated and tired and worn out? No. But the thing is, I'm sitting here looking at this as everything I've worked for in my entire life has brought me to this place. And I can't control anything but what I do. And every day I want to make sure that I tell as many people about the Arlink story as I possibly can. It's about progress, not perfection. So every day, can I get a little bit better? Can I move the needle a little bit more? Can I share it with a few more people? Because with this platform, let me tell you, you don't have any idea, because you can't, of how much work is being put just into the platform every single day. How much is being put into the foundations and the blockchain side every single day. How much is being put into the marketing every single day, the relationships every single day. And so with this project, and again, when you look at Tony sitting here telling some of these influencers and some of these top entrepreneurs, and they agreed with him. Like, look, if you look at the top 500 blockchain projects, there's only 2 that have never had to raise a bunch of money and do ICOs, Bitcoin and Gala Games. And this will be number 3. But if you look at Bitcoin, Bitcoin doesn't even generate revenue. It's a storage of wealth, right? A store of value, right? Here we are, we're generating revenue. We have an actual service. Most crypto blockchain projects, they tell you about something that they know is probably never going to happen. You're on a service that we're using right now. And then when Tony was showing these influencers, I don't know if all of you know this or not, but Tony just purchased the TikTok killer. So we have the Zoom killer, which is what you're on right now, which we know we're going to give them a run for their money. And then he just purchased a thing called Pixa that's in beta, but it's a decentralized TikTok. And it's a shopping app that connects your crypto wallet with this. All of these influencers are all in, right? So we're going to add that onto the Rally blockchain. So what if the next 6 to 12 months, all of these influencers coming on, we add Pixa onto the Rally blockchain, we continue to make this platform better, we continue to bring in more and more relationships, and everything is on the Rally blockchain, and everyone is using the Rally token to pay for their service and shop on the decentralized, TikTok killer and all these things. There are so many great things happening. And then what's happening is we're attracting more and more opportunities every day that want to be a part of the Rally blockchain. So I could go on and on, but I know I've given you a lot to think about. But my biggest piece of advice or words of wisdom, whatever you have to do, if you're not planning to be in Florida, change your mind. Like, change your mind. Be in the room. Do whatever it takes, because what we're going to deliver is not just an event. It's not just a meeting. To me, it is going to be life-changing for the relationships that you're going to create, the environment you're going to be in, and one of the biggest aha moments. And let me know in the comment if any one of you have ever experienced this before. This is one of the biggest things that changed my life in the last few years. Sometimes we can be enslaved by the people and the environment around us and not know it until we break away from that environment or those people. Have you ever had that situation where you broke away from a group of people or an environment or a neighborhood or a place you used to live, and you're like, oh my gosh, like, how did I not see that person was taking advantage of me? How did I not see how negative they were? And then all of a sudden you're around a different group of people and it opens your eyes to a whole nother world. It's like you're living in the Matrix. Well, that's me. So that's why I know the fastest way to change your life, your financial status, your health, your relationships, is you change the people around you. You get into a different environment. But it's hard because you're like, man, how do I find motivated, happy, successful people, millionaires, billionaires, experts in a certain space? The way you do that is you go to events like this. I don't care.
Go to event like this. Yeah, it will be fun to see everybody at the event in Fort Lauderdale. So if you're in America, you should definitely go to Florida to meet these people and see which influencers, which famous people are there. And I'm gonna show you some people that Tony mentioned. David Meltzer. Who is David Meltzer? Chairman of the Napoleon Hill Institute and formerly served as CEO of League and Steinberg Sports and Entertainment Agency. He's a big motivational speaker and Forbes 10 top speaker, and he is also Bob Proctor here. He's dead, but he was also one of my role models for some years ago. Still he is. I can just show you some videos here, and he was one of the guys who was meeting with Tony and Darin. So the people who's involved with Arlink and probably going to invest and try to promote Arlink, they were like top in the world. It's not like small influencers or small businessmen or small entrepreneurs. It's like top of the iceberg.
I don't think people do what they love. I think they look at my potential. People don't realize is that when we let our ego get in our way, ego is the loss, the fear of loss. So need to be right, the need to be offended, the need to be hurt, fearful. When that trajectory changes, what happens is you continually go the wrong way. So my job as a coach is to say, let's get into the enjoyment of the direct pursuit of my potential. Right? And so when the light went on, it was not about the potential of making money and being an entrepreneur, which is one of my specialties. And I said to him, look, this is an opportunity now to show how great you really are. We can't let the outside voices, right, determine our success. The happiness that we have comes within. Why are you going to give that control to somebody else? And I came up with 4 really valuable things that I took stock in. And the first one was gratitude. Simple gratitude. Although I grew up with nothing, I was always grateful. Throughout the whole process of consistently, persistently pursuing my potential, I was grateful. It made my past better, my present brighter, and my future even brighter than that. In fact, I tell people all the time, if you want to change your life, change your employee's life, your family life, it's very simple. 2 words, say thank you.
Next guy, Tim Story. I'm not sure of this guy, but at the VIP dinner in Fort Lauderdale. But he's a film director. He's also known for the Barbershop, Fantastic Four movies. Yeah, I'm not sure if this guy, but I wouldn't be surprised because they were like at a VIP dinner and there were some celebrities there. So yeah, it's some big names jumping on, and then of course Jake Paul. Everybody knows Jake Paul, big influencers. Him and his brother. So if they are investing, and they will probably start to promote it as well. So very exciting times. This is probably this early at this stage in a project like Arlink that can go viral like this. I've never been a part of a project that has the potential to compete against Zoom, that's already viral and one of the most famous companies in the world at the moment. You have Facebook, you have Instagram, you have Tesla, but Zoom, everybody uses Zoom, especially after COVID, the lockdowns and everything. And everything changed afterwards, 2020. So people are staying home at least maybe 1 or 2 days and working from home. And Arlink will probably get up a piece of that pie, and especially in the crypto community. We love decentralized stuff, and the crypto people will embrace it. That's what I believe. Embrace it quickly, and then it will grow outside from the crypto community. Because we want to promote and use decentralized stuff that nobody can track us or take our data away from us. So yeah, exciting times, and it's gonna be fun at the event. I want to keep this short, under 25 minutes, so we are soon at 25. But thank you for watching, and if you want to know more about Arlink, I have many videos on my YouTube channel, and also reach out to me if you want to know more. I also have a detailed presentation by Darin Kidd on this YouTube channel when he's talking about the project and how everything is working with Arlink, and the call was on Arlink, so you can already see the platform, you already see the product. So yeah, great time to be alive. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video. Ciao.